Here we are on the first day of the July storytelling contest. It's not a contest, it's a challenge. It's a challenge just to, get those reps in and get your storytelling chops going a little bit better. But before I get started, and we're going to crank up here in 8 minutes, I want to talk about something that's going around on Substack. So last week, while I was doing the Nip Tuck workshop and I was completely like in my own little bubble, Substack rolled out Pangram, which is an AI detector. And there are people all up in arms about how terrible it is. I don't really hear much good about it. Of course, Substack thinks it's good because it detects if your writing is partially AI or partially human. And so on the surface, it sounds kind of good. But as I've been reading about it, the bad part about it is that it gives you, as an author, and you're identified as writing with AI, you get this scarlet letter, and it's all this shame, and people, there's a lot of backlash against AI, and myself included. I hate reading stuff that's obviously written by AI unless it's been massaged and edited and sounds human. But one of the besides the shame of it, of like, "Oh my gosh, she used AI," the other part of it is there are false positives, it's not always correct, and another downside is that it's also, it doesn't evaluate where the ideas come from, right? So the ideas might have come from your brain, it may be the most brilliant idea ever, and it AI only can evaluate the patterns, the language patterns. So it's just, it's one robot evaluating another robot. So it's got a lot of negativity around it. A lot of people are saying, if just don't even push that button. Don't push the Pangram button to see if it is AI or not. Just enjoy it or don't enjoy it. And if you're not moved by the piece, don't read it or stop reading it. So that's another great reason to be in this storytelling challenge, because AI really can't do good stories. It can do something that could have happened to anybody, very generic stuff. But the details and the texture and the senses come from you. And so I'm so happy that you guys are coming here, whether you're watching this now or later, and playing around with using your own creativity. So that's it's very cool. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. And oh, well, cool. We have new people. Natasha's here. Yay, Natasha. And Carol Ann is here. And Natasha, let me see what you say. No, yeah, no AI detectors are good. LOL. My old writing has been flagged as AI. Me too. And the Declaration of Independence has been flagged as AI. Are you serious? Wow. Wow. I didn't know that. I got to look into that because that's some BS right there. Wow. Yeah. It's, you either feel it in your bones or you don't, whether it's AI or not. And the funny thing is that AI writers, or who just put out slop, they don't care if they get the scarlet letter. So what? It's just, I'm doing more content, cranking out the content. But people who do care about writing and they get flagged as AI, it's like this shame, right? Or you didn't use AI and you're still flagged as it. It's super annoying. So I see a lot more potential for damage than I see for good using these AI detectors. Corianne, right before joining this, I was reading an article by an author who fed her original writing into the scan, and it was marked as 60% AI when it was 100% human. That is what's going on. It's very frustrating. I've had the same thing. Mine will be a high potential of AI, and it when it's not. And I won't lie, I certainly do use AI in parts of my organizing, the structure and things like that, with my writing. But I'm using it less and less. And one of the things that I taught in the Nip Tuck operation, which is really, it's about editing AI, it's about editing your work no matter what it is and making it better. But now I lost my train of thought. One of the things that I was uh, now I completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, there you go. So let's see what you guys are saying here. Diane says it's important for any other skill we might have. Storytelling is for sure. And and Thank you, Natasha. Natasha's gonna find the article that says the Declaration of Independence was AI. Well, obviously, it was written by AI, right? Diane says it's all rolling up into a ball of bad. Yes, indeed it is, and it happens to her all the time. Diane is here because of the nip tuck operation. That was a really I'm sorry, that was a really good workshop. I felt really good about it. It was just sort of all of my training over 2 decades, over more than 2 decades, kind of rolled into one about how I do copy chiefing and how I up level the writing, what to take out, what to leave in, how to make those decisions, how to make editorial decisions. And, you're not gonna have a lot of time for that today because the storytelling challenge is super fast. It's 15 minutes of blasting out a story. You don't really have time to use AI. I mean, I suppose you technically could, but I'm asking that you don't because that defeats the purpose of it. We're not just trying to crank out, a story for a story's sake. You're trying to lube up the muscles in your brain, your creativity and stuff like that. And, the point of the storytelling challenge is really just practice, getting practice in your own creativity. There's no prizes, there's no shaming, there's no, you can't get it wrong. It's just about practice, and that's why we exist, doing this once a month. And Diane also says trying to retrain herself how to write for people and not be too addicted to AI. I will confess that when AI first came out, it was like this fun, shiny new tool, and oh my god, it could do so much, and I relied on it quite a bit. And then, as I mentioned in my workshop, I got uh, an email from one of my subscribers saying, "You know, you just sound different." And I was kind of like insulted, like, "Huh, what are you talking about? The AI has my voice down." And even, of course, I edited it as well. But there are just, little things that were I would say disconnected from me because they didn't originate from me and it was showing up. And now when I look at some of those older pieces that I relied more on AI, um, then they just now it screams AI like, "Oh my god, why could you not see that at the beginning? That you would never say that." Now, I won't use the word quietly anymore, ever, even if it's the word that I would have used in the past. It is changing writing because it makes you make different choices, and the good thing about that is there are always different ways to say things. You don't have to use the AI patterns. The bad thing about it is it's hijacking some really good patterns, and it pisses me off. And let's look and see what else is going on. Diane is here to blast out a story. It will help create a habit of writing the story in my own head, and that is the key. That's exactly what it is. And that's a great habit to get into for any creator, for any writer. Ah, so Forbes has it behind a paywall. Hey, I'm willing to pay for that, Natasha, to find out about what Forbes is saying. I'm gonna copy this link so I can read it later. Thank you for that. Boop. Alrighta. Oh, wow, it's time to start. Uh, Diane says, or Natasha says, "I like it when I'm stuck on ideation." That's is fun. And Diane hates clarity. If we hear it again, I'll barf. But see, that's a perfectly good word, and now it's not. So there you go. At any rate, hey, it's actually 1 minute after. I've been having such a good time discussing this new topic with you guys, but we're gonna get started on the story. So here's how it works if you're new to this or if you're watching this later. What's gonna happen is I am going to share my screen over to the story prompt for today, and you will write a story that's inspired by that prompt. And you can go any direction you want. You can go in, the past, the present, the future. You can make it sci-fi. You can make it about anything whatsoever. So I'm going to just get to it. I will be writing alongside with you, and we'll be setting a timer for 15 minutes. And then when you're done with your story, and I guarantee you'll use almost every second of that 15 minutes. When you're done with your story, don't worry about typos, don't worry about editing or anything like that. We're blasting it out, and then you'll post it in this link that I'll share my screen now and show you where we're going to post. Hi, Lockery. I don't know if I said that right, but, here we go. We are going to post where is I have so many tabs open. That isn't good. It really isn't good. Um, no, incognito writing session. I think this is it. Are you it? Yay! Okay. So let me put the link in here again. This is where we're gonna put the story. There's a whole thread of past sessions if you ever wanna go back, like, just on your own time, it's super fun. But here it is, and how do I scooch down? Here's the bar. This is today's, and so, and I'll show you I'll give you a bigger example of this picture, and this is where you post the story. Today, you just put leave a reply and test, this is where it goes, and it'll show up under here. So that link, once again, is the story link is here, and let me go to where the actual timer is so we can get started. That's not it. This is it. Okay, so this is your we're using, a GIF today, actually. Usually, it's just a static photo, but this is what you're gonna do. I mean, there's so many look at little details where he's at, um, and yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and let you get started. I'm gonna start the timer, and I'll be here, but I'm gonna be quiet. So I'm gonna start the timer, and I'll be writing as well. So good luck, have fun. See you in 15. It didn't start. There it goes. Okay. All right. TikTok time's up. I literally just finished my last word. Like I said, you probably don't have time to go back and edit. I did not. And so let me grab my story and post it in and see what you guys have going on. All right. Switch over to the chatty chat. All right, Natasha, good job. You got yours. Here's mine. Oh no, it has a bunch of extra spaces. Sorry about that. That's the way it goes. So let me share this tab instead. Yay. All right. So first I want to look at the chat and see like if you guys had any comments. Nope, we were busy writing, weren't we? Yep, that's the way it goes. Here we go back to, no, not to that. We go to, holy crap, where is it? There it is. There it is. Okay. All right, Natasha, I'm so excited to read your story. I want to say with mine, well, I'll tell you about mine when I get to it. Um, so Florida. That sets the stage right there, doesn't it? One of the reasons I picked this photo was because it's so hot, like everywhere in the United States, and humid because there's thunderstorms or storms all over the place. So even in Arizona, where we have a very dry heat, we have monsoons. And so we are having lots of rain and lots of humidity. So I feel like this like all the time. I have fans, air conditioning, my doors open even with the air conditioning because I need fresh air. So Florida set the stage beautifully. Honestly, that should be enough said when it comes to the matters of heat. Indeed. It's August, which means that we've gone from temperatures that would cook you if you tan with baby oil to feeling like you've been slathered in oil, rolled up in tinfoil, and put on the barbecue right next to the sun. I love the visuals. Those are beautiful. That's the kind of stuff, those little metaphors that you want to get used to making in your own head, and you did. Now the AC is out at work. Where the windows don't open, where too many people are packed into cubicles with papers that don't really matter. They get filed and lost in manila hell for life, forever forgotten. Okay, so maybe I've gone delirious from heat. Wouldn't be the first time. Once I accidentally locked myself in the chicken coop. No phone, no one at home to help, just me, 6 chickens, and a lot of hot wood that turned into a literal hot box. That smelled like chicken shit and sweat. Hey, I've been there too. Thankfully, my mom realized I hadn't been inside in a while and came out to check. We all survived, but let me tell you, the stench of chicken shit and sweat inside a coop on a day that's hitting 109 Fahrenheit is not a place anyone wants to be, human or chicken. The cubicle situation isn't much better. Body odor has become the natural aroma of the small office space. I love that you included a scent in there. That's very well done. It makes it more real to us reading it, right? We're all just walking around dripping water from our body onto the rough blue carpet. The smell is never going to come out. Even when the AC is fixed, it still smells it, it it'll still smell like our pain and suffering. You could bottle it and sell it with the scent of misery. And I love that too, that both of those lines, that it still smells like our pain and suffering. So yeah, that's cool. And then you could bottle it. You would think they'd let us go home. No one is working. Papers and folders have become fans. Suit sleeves are rolled up. Women with undershirts have taken off their tops. If someone doesn't pass out before the end of the day, I'd be shocked. But it is Florida. Most of us born and bred have felt this before. We'll feel it again. Doesn't make it less agonizing. Doesn't mean we won't complain about it next time too. But we've come to terms with it because it never fails that the AC breaks in summer and the heater breaks in the winter. It does. That's excellent. You have so much good stuff going on with that. I love it. So mine, well, I'll just read it. I don't have to give you background, really. So Jim saw his boss, Mr. Jones, walking past the cubicles towards his. Oh, I know. I was going to tell you this kind of, I was able to pull from the scene of Office Space. So I'm thinking of kind of, the names are different, but I was thinking of that movie Office Space when I came up with my idea. Uh, so he saw his boss, Mr. Jones, walking past the cubicles towards his. He immediately slinked out and ducked into the alcove in front of the men's room. 20 seconds passed, then a full minute. Coast should be clear. As he stepped out into the hallway, he nearly slammed into Mr. Jones. Jim, I'm going to need you to come into the office on Saturday. I'm so sorry, Mr. Jones, but Saturday is my son's little league game. He's pitching and he'll be so bummed if I miss it. A disapproving look shot across Mr. Jones's face. I think you heard me, Jim. This isn't a request. We have to get those TP reports delivered by Monday morning, and there's no way it can be done without you coming in. Jim's gut started crunching up. He felt like such a wuss. Why couldn't he stand up to Mr. Jones? Because he needed this job. That's why. He and his wife just locked themselves into a 30-year mortgage on a townhouse. Her teacher's salary wouldn't be enough to cover the monthly expenses. And he knew he was on target for a review for a raise. He was just going to have to take this, wasn't he? Little Timmy would really be heartbroken if he didn't show up. He was going to have to show him what a good father looks like. He strode over to Mr. Jones's office and stood in the doorway with his hands on his hips in a Superman pose. Sorry, Mr. Jones, I will not be coming in this Saturday. At 7 a.m., Mr. Jones's alarm went off. He got dressed in his suit, got in his Mercedes, and drove down to the office to finish the TP reports. The worst part was the air conditioning was broken. So there we go. That was mine, inspired by Office Space. And now, Diane, I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore. I've become an addict and a vanilla person again. When I was a kid, living my best life, move kitty. Everything, even the tiny little things that made up my journey, were fun. Every time I heard a story or imagined something cool happening to me, I wonder if Renee Waxman remembers how she looked me in the eyes, winked, and kissed me in 1973 at that party in the desert. I was thrilled. It was like every little journey became an experience. Now all I feel is hot bothered. How did I end up in Bay again? I think I'll head home, take a shower, and call up Renee. I'm positive I can find her number. That was a nice stream of consciousness thing going on there. Um, I don't know who Renee Waxman is, but you obviously do. So very cool. I hope I said this word right, but that's that's it. If anybody has stories that they're still working on, like maybe like Corey Ann, or people who are watching this later, or anybody else who's playing along, that's totally fine. You can continue to post stories in this thread all week, really. I mean, that it's really loosey goosey kind of just practice skill set thing. But we're going to do this again tomorrow, and I hope you can make it. Let me stop sharing this now since I don't see any other stories. I'm going to do a little chat check. Very nice. Milton, you know the movie. Who doesn't know that movie? It's such a brilliant movie. I freaking love it. And okay, so let's see. It's thundering where Natasha is. We get a little wind. And Donna Fox came. Donna, hi, darling. So we're wrapping it up, Donna. But what we do is every day you get a photo prompt, and you can post you get 15 minutes to write a story, and then you post it in this link that I'm going to put in the chat again. And there's no prizes or anything like that. And it's just about practice and fun. So one more time, I'm going to post this in the link in the chat. Boop, story link. And yeah, super fun. This was great, you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh, you're just lurking, Donna. That's cool. You guys, anybody can come and lurk whenever you like. And tomorrow, you can come back and lurk tomorrow. So every day at 11 a.m. Pacific or 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing the same thing. I do this once a month, the fourth Monday of every month. We do this for 5 days just as a sprint to practice using your storytelling muscles. So I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys can too, and or as many days as you can make it. I'll see you soon. Thanks for coming today. Bye, guys.